Hello students, welcome to btech 360. Again, a lot of questions. So I'll pick up one of the questions that's been bothering a lot of students, and I know that a lot of students have been asking me the same question about the relative performance of ECE as a branch as compared to CSE, especially when you keep going down, because you might not get a CSE in a very good engineering college. So what are the good options of actually taking ECE and how do they perform? So what we're talking about now is not a comparison in the same institute between a CSE and ECE, but a CSE in one side, on ECE on the other side, on an average scale, what kind of salary difference, what kind of placement percent difference, and those kind of things. And before I start talking about data, 3 requests that I always have for you. Subscribe to btech 360 right away. If you have any questions, write to me in the message box. I'll pick it up next time around. And I must thank our university partner, Chitkara University, for helping us to put this entire thing together. Now the question that you're talking of, CSE versus ECE, and what are the chances? See, for this now what we did was we filed actually an RTI report across all the IITs, NITs, IIITs to understand what kind of placement percentages happen in ECE and what kind of placement median salary is offered at ECE. When we looked at the data, we actually got 23 institutions who actually responded, who are actually giving the CSE course, 23 of them, of which 12 are IITs, 9 NITs and 2 IIITs sent us a response. And similarly, about 13 institutions of these 23 who also offer ECE branch. And we started looking at those numbers to understand how the placement percentages are. What we noticed is 12 of the IITs, the CSE branch placement is about 93%, 93.44%. In NITs, the placement percentage is 89.39%. And in IIITs is about 70%. So all put together, we're dealing with about 81-82% kind of a placement. At IIITs, we only have 2, and I think we have taken it in between. So it's actually 60%. But overall, it's about 81% placement is what we got. Right? But if you take only NITs and IIITs, it's about 92%, 91-92% is the placement rate. And more importantly, when you look at average CTC, and we're talking of average of the median salaries, by the way, for IITs, it's 25.79 lakhs for CSE. Across all these 12 IITs, I'm saying, the average of the median salary is 25.79 lakhs. For NITs, it is 17.98 lakhs. And for IIITs, it is 13.69 lakhs. Now you compare that with ECE, because we are comparing, of course, the CSE versus ECE. Now when I look at that, in all we had 13 institutions which are actually, of the 23 that we got the CSE data, 13 of them also offer an ECE. So when we looked at data of ECE, of the 13 institutions that we actually got, of which 3 are IITs, 9 are NITs and 1 is IIIT, which are offering an ECE, at IITs the placement percentage is about 88%. At NIT, the placement percentage for ECE is 77%, and at IIIT, the placement percentage is 54.84%. And the average salary at NITs for ECE is 22.85, right? So, which means that at IITs, for CSE, it's 25.79 lakh, for ECE, it is 22.85 lakh. So, it's almost comparable. It's about 10% here or there. And the placement percentage for CSE, it is 90%, for ECE, it's 84%. Now, move to NITs. There, the average placement percentage is 82% for CSE, and for ECE it is 77%, right? And the average CTC for CSE was 17.98 lakh. The average CTC for ECE at NIT is 15.94 lakh. So again, not much of a difference. And at IIITs, it is 13.69 lakh being the average salary there, and it is 13.66 lakh. So what we're talking about is almost similar. While we're talking of this, you must also know what's the kind of cutoff that you need, so that ultimately you need to get there to be there, right? So what I did was I actually took out data for one institute to understand what's kind of rank difference that you need to actually get into that, right? And that we took for NIT Surathkal. In NIT Surathkal, the highest closing rank in the open category is 1,827 for CSE. And when you come to ECE, it is 4,347. So you have a greater leeway of getting into ECE here, because the highest closing rank is obviously lesser, because there the most competitive branches are CSE, AI, information technology and computational and data science before it comes to ECE. So the chances that you'll get an ECE in a decent, good college is very, very high as compared to getting a CSE in a good college, depending on the competition, of course. So from that perspective, ECE is equally good in NIT Surathkal, and the placement percentage also, I told you that there's not much of a difference in terms of the average of the median salary as far as ECE is concerned. Having said that, CSE of course tops the charts, because you will be getting very, very highest salary. You will be getting more percentage of placement is obviously there, and the salary that you're going to get also is very, very high. Having said that, ECE is a very, very good branch at this point in time, especially in the age of semiconductors and the chip design and everything that's happening. So ECE is turning out to be a very, very good branch at this point in time, and it becomes a very good option as long as you join a good IIT or good NIT. If you join a very bad one, it can be private, public, whatever it is, ECE is not a good branch. But if you join a good IIT or a good education institution, ECE is turning out to be a very, very good branch in the times to come. I hope this explains to you what your choices should be. If you want more information, please write to me in the message box here. I'll pick it up. Please do subscribe to btech 360. And I must thank our university partner, Chitkara University, for helping us or enabling us to put this whole thing together. Thank you so much.